Hey you guys, it's Brit. Tonight we're here to talk about Matt and Abby. They are under a whole lot of fire right now, especially over on TikTok, because they have shared that they recently went on a cruise and they decided that on their final night on this cruise, literally go to dinner and leave their children unsupervised in their hotel rooms on the cruise ship. They were sleeping in separate rooms. It's a whole lot. I'm going to try to make this quick and concise, and we're going to have a conversation about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So I've talked about Matt and Abby a couple times during my entire existence of my YouTube channel. I've covered them a few times. Now, people, they like to jump up and down and be like, Matt and Abby are not family vloggers. They're not family vloggers. They don't show their kids like they used to. Here's my whole thing. If you go to their YouTube channel that has well over 7 million subscribers on it, and you sort by their most popular, you will see that their most popular is their monetized birth story. Then they're monetized telling my family I'm pregnant, finding out I'm pregnant, gender reveal, finding out I'm pregnant, a day in the life with a newborn. So their most popular videos have been built around their kids. And if you don't want to call yourself a family vlogger, then go ahead and remove those videos. But I will tell y'all the reason that they don't remove the videos, and it is because those videos are still making them a lot of money. When your most popular videos that are still put up on your YouTube channel are because of your children, then I don't know, if I didn't want to be called a family vlogger, then I would probably private those videos. And on top of it, private it because your child being born should not be able to be viewed by over 5 million people. I just think that's weird. Protect your children. I don't know why that sentence alone sets people off, but protect your kids. You want to share what you have going on as a parent without it embarrassing your children or oversharing about your children. That's one thing. I think that can be really powerful content. But there is a line that is constantly disregarded by these family vloggers. They have this YouTube channel and they also have a podcast. It's called the Unplanned Podcast, and it has 715,000 subscribers on YouTube. They've had people on this podcast recently like Kaylin Lowry from Teen Mom, Sadie Robertson, the Roloffs. So, kind of dipping their toe into the fundy side of things. There's stuff on the Duggars here that's recent. But either way, they decided to take themselves on a cruise. And on this cruise, they did a room tour. He shared this room tour ahead of time and said, they're sleeping in rooms side by side. The kids are sleeping, one kid is with Matt, one kid's with Abby, whatever. So we already have 2 separate rooms going into this. Then they went ahead and shared. We went ahead and wanted to go to dinner. And instead of using one of the family members that was there as a sitter, maybe just say, hey, you know what, we're parents and this is difficult, so we're just not going to go to dinner tonight, and we'll do it when we get home, when we can actually have a sitter and go about this the right way. But they went ahead and FaceTimed the baby monitors. Yes, and that's why there were 2 baby monitors, because the kids were not in the same room, and they went ahead and went to dinner. Now, if you're wondering, well, are their kids 13, 15? Are they older? No, they are 1 and 2. We are literally talking about babies being left in 2 separate rooms while mom and dad are on a completely different part of the cruise ship having dinner, FaceTiming the baby monitors. Now, were they dumb enough to share this with social media? Surely they were. But let's just talk about why this is so crazy. Number one, as soon as I heard about this, I thought automatically of Madeleine McCann. Madeleine McCann's unfortunate story sounds kind of similar to this. I'll link a video down below in case you don't know who Madeleine McCann is. Let's just talk about some of the very logical things that could have gone wrong with this. They could have gone and been at dinner, and they think that they're watching this baby monitor and everything is a-okay. Kids are sleeping. We don't have anything to worry about, even though you should. But the baby monitor actually froze. You're on a cruise ship. So putting that much faith into a Wi-Fi system on a cruise ship is already wild. Putting that much faith into this room on a cruise ship safeguarding your children is actually insane. But let's just say that something did go wrong and they caught it on the baby monitor and they decided to run back to the room to administer aid, help, whatever it was needed. If there were to be, let's just say, a fire, you are coming from the restaurant going to your rooms to save your children. Everyone else on that cruise ship is leaving their rooms, evacuating. So to me, that seems like you're really signing up for a catastrophe if you are trying to run into an area where people are running out of. Literally thousands of people all at once. Now, at 2 years old, this is also the age where children, common sense will tell anyone this, at 2, kids can start to get into stuff. They're curious. They're able to get around a little bit on their own. I would not put any ounce of a 2-year-old being in a room alone while you are not even remotely close to that room. I would not put faith in that situation. Now, this would have been bad even if the kids were both in the same room and there was, the same situation. But you're also adding to the complexity of it by having them in 2 separate rooms. Now you're doubling what could go wrong. Now you're putting faith in 2 separate rooms for 2 separate kids, 2 separate baby monitors, 2 separate Wi-Fi connections, all while 2 parents are gallivanting and having fun at the restaurant on board. I don't think that I need to list off all of the bad things that could have happened because I'm just glad that these kids are okay. But if you're dumb enough to do this and you're dumb enough to post it to social media, don't get upset or wonder why people are absolutely irate with Matt and Abby right now.
If you guys have not seen Abby's Instagram story where she talks about how they went on a cruise with their kids and decided to start making their dinner reservations after kid bedtime and just taking monitors with them to go to the restaurant and leaving their kids in the suite on a cruise ship alone. Obviously, not enough people take true crime seriously because they have clearly never heard of Madeleine McCann, who was literally stolen from her parents' hotel room while they sat across the street eating dinner, none the wiser. This is wild to me. This is wild. I definitely am not a person who likes to judge how people, how they parent their kids, but this is actually really unconscionable to me that you would leave your kids alone in the room. And if you couldn't have an enjoyable experience on a cruise with your kids, I don't want to take my kids on a cruise. This just looks so bad. It really looks so bad. And is terrifying. What happens if you come back from eating dinner and you have no idea how your kids are doing? How long, if there was an emergency, would it take you to get back to the room? This kind of stuff I find totally wild. What do you think?
Okay, so the Matt and Abby drama, the plot super thickens. If you missed this entire thing, let me catch you up. So Abby posted on her Instagram story that they went on a cruise with their 2 kids and they were having a terrible time going out to dinner with their 2 kids. So they decided that the solution to this problem was putting them to bed, putting on monitors, and then just leaving the kids in the room and going to bed. And we all thought that this was just one room. Well, Matt has posted a room tour of the cruise on his Instagram. He walks through everything. And then he talks about how Abby is staying in the room next to theirs so that they can separate the kids so they get a good night's sleep. So y'all, we're not talking about 1 room, 2 monitors. We're talking about 2 rooms, each with 1 monitor. So we now have twice the margin for error. We now have 2 monitors that can freeze or be dysfunctional, and 2 opportunities for this to go incredibly wrong. I'm like actually speechless. When I found out about this, I was like, are you guys so for real? And then now finding out that they did this so carelessly with 2 different rooms, what on earth? They're literally FaceTiming monitors on a cruise ship and posting about it like it's a hack. Like, this is absolutely the craziest shit I have ever seen in my life. You guys, Matt and Abby's ship had babysitting services. If you've missed this entire thing, Matt and Abby went on a cruise with their kids. They talked about how they were both sleeping in different rooms. So they had 2 rooms with 1 kid in each. And they put their baby monitors in there, FaceTimed their baby monitors, and went to dinner after the kids went to sleep and left them in there by themselves. So I did a little bit of snooping around to figure out what cruise line they were on. And then I went through some of the policies that cruise line has. They offer babysitting, and it's $8.85 an hour per kid, $17 an hour with a 20% service charge. And they will be there from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. They could have reserved 2 for every night. They could have brought them to the little camp facility. They have pillows and blankets. They can bring a pack and play. And there, they would have had to be signed in and out by their adult. It just blows my mind that when they have that choice at their disposal, they choose to go this other route. And it was in no way cost prohibitive and so much safer.
Matt and Abby literally might have just ended their own careers. If you follow them, you saw that they just went on a cruise and they took their 2 toddlers, which anybody who knows is probably not going to be the best time. It's not very toddler friendly. However, she goes on to say that dinner time was not enjoyable with them at the fancy dinners, so they made alternative plans. This story has since been deleted, but she decides it would be a better idea to let her kids go to bed, them go to dinner, and them just FaceTime the monitors. What? I don't know what kind of reaction they thought they were about to get from that, but surely they knew it was not going to be good. You left your 2 toddlers alone to sleep in their rooms and just FaceTime the monitors. Do people do that? I'm not leaving my kid anywhere, monitor or not, by himself. Now, if an adult would have stayed back, sat on the balcony or something while they went to eat, whatever. But they left them in the room by themselves. You know people have access to your room, right? Like the workers, people can get into your room if they want to. I'm sorry, but this one's just not. That is not good. I can't wait to see if they actually address this or if they just pretend it didn't happen and delete the story.
I just really get so fed up and tired with influencers like this becoming popular and then literally doing the dumbest, most self-serving things. And this will not do anything to them. This will not make their viewers decline. This will not make people say, hey, are these individuals that we should really be taking any like parenting content from? They literally left their 2 kids under 2 being supervised by a baby monitor on a cruise ship. People don't think of it like that. Maybe a few will, but the majority will continue to take in this content, giving them at times millions of views, which means potentially millions of dollars. And life will go on. And anybody who talks about this or gives criticism will be called a hater. And people are not minding their business, even though they were dumb enough to put this on the internet and think that they were actually sharing something that anybody should take into consideration. Nobody with a good head on their shoulders is going to watch that and say, you know what, next time we're on a cruise ship, we'll just let the baby monitors and FaceTime babysit while we go have dinner. Because most people are not that dumb. But anyway, I did take some time off over the weekend just to kind of organize some stuff. I cleared out some stuff in the closets and just trying to make space and stay organized and all of those things. So yeah, that's what I was doing over the weekend, relaxing and all of those fun things. So either way, we're back, and yeah, that's what's going on for today. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.